Hello, my name is METİN. This is 137th part of explanation of my theory. Invalid for faster than light, variable light. Relativistic and classical velocity addition rules are invalid. 1. Both classical relativity theory and special relativity theory are based on velocity addition rule. As you know, velocity addition rule is U is equal to V plus U prime for classical relativity, and relativistic addition rule is U is equal to, you know, that. 1 plus here, relativistic one. According to my theory and my formulas, these are invalid. Yes. Shortly, in spite of their different using ways, there are velocity addition, not subtraction. There are velocity addition rule for both theories. 2. Moreover, in accepted physics, in special and general relativity, light speed is independent of its source motion and its velocity. Now, according to my theory and my formulas. 3. Neither relativistic velocity addition rule nor classical velocity addition rule are valid for light. 4. Light velocity depends on its source motion, velocity, direction, and orientation. 5. If metasensation perception matter's intrinsic electron motion form is free, like this, and in 0 degree motion direction, it is in motion. Now, say its velocity is equal to 238,065 kilometers per second. Okay? It is in motion. This is the motion direction. And here, as a inner line rings, successive spherical waves, and each point, wavelength, wave velocity, point mass, point energy, point momentum vary. If metasensation perception matter's intrinsic electron motion form is free, and if this free electron motion form is relocating, if it is in motion, on each point of free electron motion forms, on each point of free electron motion forms three-dimensional spherical successive waves. A. Point wave velocity. D is equal to C minus electron motion forms velocity cosine alpha. snapshot. These are my two of main energy formulas in the c direction energy formulas, point energy formulas for electron motion form. Then my velocity, variable velocity formula hidden in this formula. Mass formula, my mass formula is hidden in this main energy formula. And then momentum formula, my momentum formula hidden in this, my energy formula. And then point wavelength, variable point wavelength, my variable point wavelength formula is hidden in here. I advise you to each line notice, please. Snapshot. Okay. A point wave velocity, d is equal to c minus electron motion forms velocity cosine alpha. B, point wavelength, lambda prime is equal to lambda normal minus delta lambda cosine alpha. D, point mass, here, h divided by n square lambda normal multiplied by c minus electron motion forms velocity cosine alpha. E, point momentum, h divided by n square lambda n minus delta lambda cosine alpha. Point energy, this energy is equal to this energy. Okay, I have expressed different waves in different waves. Yes, yes, yes. Then all of these, yeah, I have said point momentum, point wave, yes. All of these vary depending on electron motion forms velocity, VE. Direction and orientation for c direction energy component of electron motion form. We can name each of these points. Yes, yes. This is c direction component. These formulas for c direction component of electron motion form. Okay. Then these points, all of these points. Yes. Wait a moment. We can name each of these points infinite points as a ring intertwined spherical. See rings, spherical rings. Okay. Remember my motion arrow. First cycle of electron motion form. Then there is no friction in matter sensation perception. Matter, it is different thing. Yes. All of these vary depending on electron motion forms velocity, direction and orientation for c direction energy component of electron motion form. We can name each of these points of electron motion forms waves surface, including electron motion form's first spherical surface as the photon. I can name each point of this electron motion form as the photon, but here photon is not a separated particle, or photon is not a particle. 6. Here the subject is electron motion form's point wave velocity. According to my light wave velocity formula, D is equal to C minus electron motion form cosine electron motion form's velocity cosine alpha. According to my light wave velocity formula, this formula, while as the source's velocity increases in the motion direction of electron motion form, wave velocity decreases. In the opposite direction of electron motion form, wave velocity increases. This fact contradicts with both relativistic velocity addition rule and classical velocity addition rule. This fact contradicts with both Galilean transformation equations and Lorentz transformation equations also. Shortly, this is wrong according to relativistic or not. This main idea is wrong according to my theory and my formulas. I will go on next. Have a good evening. See you later.